Hey guys, welcome back to the RC barn. Sorry it's been a couple weeks since I uploaded. It has been an extremely busy 2 weeks. So we are. It's Monday morning. Happy Labor Day. Obviously off work today, and it's time to get busy on some projects out here that I need to get finished up. So I am going to try, no promises, get Mike's Righteous Ripper finished up here. I just got done getting the rudder installed and hinged and everything, so we're ready to get on the control surfaces and then hook throttle up and stuff like that. So let's get you turned around here and show you where I'm at here. So what do we got left to do? Well, we got all the horns back here to get installed, drilled, installed, servos hooked up, servo leads made. So we got that going on. I did, like I said, just hinged the rudder here, so it's done. Elevator's hinged. So we need control horns there. What we're going to use, I'm going to probably time lapse all this. This is the horns we're going to use all the way around. And then I should have, everything should be sitting here for it. See if I can find it. Anyways, I'm going to use 440 linkages on this just for the strength behind it. No real good reason to use 440 over 256, but I think the plane deserves 440. I usually go 440 over anything in 90 size or bigger. So we got that to do, and then I have to get, I've decided that I'm going to just stain these black and get them as black as I can. Probably using the stain that I used on my bench over, or on my stand over there for racing, so I get them as dark as possible. And then I'm going to coat them in the butyrate dope to fuel proof them, so hopefully those will hold up. I do have to make some adjustments for the needle valve assembly on that, so that's working our way ahead. So get those installed, so some screws, get those put in. I still need to put my holes in for my fuel line cutouts here. Like I said, I'll probably end up in this area here somewhere. We got that installed. Throttle linkage, obviously need to do that. Need to get a throttle servo installed, receiver, battery in there, and then that'll complete the fuselage, short of putting the canopy on. Okay. So, and that'll complete the fuselage. On the wing, I still need to cover the ailerons, okay, and hinge and install those. That'll probably take me a couple hours, so that's over there. And then I think I still got to do the servo trays, install servos, linkages, the same thing all over again. You know, the last 20% takes 80% of the time. So that's where I'm at. Actually, I really don't feel too much of a need to time lapse this, so let's let's time lapse it so you guys can get an idea of what I'm doing here. And so we're gonna get started on all this, and we'll see how far we can get it. Maybe, fingers crossed, maybe I can get it done today. So work on it all night if it takes that, and then also got to get ready for. It's going to be a busy month, so videos might be a little sporadic here. I have the club picnic coming up this Sunday. The weekend after that is racing, pylon racing, so we got more of that coming. That's the last race of the year over at Muncie. And then the weekend after that, we got the Balsa Flyers for gliders coming up on that weekend. Yeah, so we'll do what we can, but hey, let's see if we can get this finished in the time being. I think you saw a little bit of the me installing the control horn on the elevator here. Again, I like uh, these adjustable control horns from Dubro. They are quite easily the easiest control horn I've ever installed. Drill a hole, throw your 2 plastic bits in there, and just tighten it down, you know, and then thread on your horn here, you know, that part, whatever you want to call it. I do it to practically all my builds. If you've watched other builds when I do precision stuff. The nice thing about these is if you watch the profile 50cc profile is how easy it is to get dual elevator servos to match up with them. So you know, and how important that is. But anyways, we got it in here. Let's see if I can get you guys a closer view there. And then all I'm doing here is putting a 440 quick link in here again from Dubro, and then we'll run a Z-bend over to here, like so, and that'll give us our up and our down. We're going to do the same on the rudder, and so let's get the Z-bend done here real quick. Now normally I would put a clamp and a straight piece of wood on there, but I don't think it's totally necessary. Just got to do a little thing does not want to stay. I need to tighten up my clamps a little bit. Try to show you what I got going on here. So you take the pin on the Z-bend thing here. This is how this saw works. Put that in there. Make sure it's kind of straight. Open your jaws up so you can get your rod in here. Like so. And set her down real quick. You want to tighten it up just enough to where you're not bending it, but you can move it still. Like that. And we'll straighten out the elevator here. Squeeze a little more. Pull it out. Squeeze. Pull it apart. Where did my cutoffs go? There. I leave a little bit on the end here, but not much. Say that so we have to throw it around the shop for 100 years. And there we go. It's pretty close. We can fine-tune adjust it later when we have a radio in it, but for the most part, that's all you need to really do. There really isn't no reason to have the radio on when you set the control horn surfaces up, because you can readjust later for center. The other thing we can do here, if I can find it, there we go. Get you guys way up here. God, I really need to adjust them jibs up. Anyways, we'll light our torch here. Try not to catch the car on fire, or the phone on fire. If you got a long enough reach here, your fingers won't get hot. Okay. See what I did there? Heat the end of your rod up with your torch. And then you create the perfect hole for that. Oh, gas. Anyway, they ain't gonna focus, but you'll have to believe me. Let it cool off a little bit, and now you got the perfect hole. Then we'll install our Z-bend here. Okay, we need to adjust this just a little bit. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so our Z-bend, this 440 wire does that once in a while, and don't tell me I just lost the control horn. Probably did. Where is my needle nose pliers at? Right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can kind of see that it's not quite a 90, so it's not allowing the horn to fit flat. So you can go in here and tweak this a little bit so it does. Now, what did I do with that horn? Well, so I can find it, I'll make another one. Everybody wonders what takes so dang long with this stuff. Almost up to 300 subscribers now, which is pretty cool. Just heating the rod end up again, and gonna poke a hole in this thing. Nice clean hole. I don't know if you can see that or not. Thread it through. Good enough. Don't do that to your service. So, anyways, we got that installed. Nice tight linkage here. You know, not rocket science just to figure this kind of stuff out, but once in a while, a nice reminders, key here to, making sure things are tight. So, I'm going to do the next thing on the rudder, and then I think I'll just show you more when we get to that point. No real reason to show you on a couple of these on doing the same thing over and over again on the same project. So anyways, I'll bring it back when I get all this done. How's that sound? We'll talk to you in a bit. All right, so we got the tail all set up here. Just wanted to say that we try your best to make everything a 90 as possible. That's what I do anyways. Everything seemed to work out pretty good. I did put a different arm on the rudder because I thought maybe I usually like a little more rudder throw. So long arm here, but pretty much the same identical setup. Obviously going to have to plug the radio in and do all my final checks here in a little bit. And then I also got the tail wheel all set up here. This is the Dubro semi-scale tail wheel. I do like these because of their simplicity, and they do seem to go together pretty well. I think you probably watched me in the past do the install on the main stuff here. What I do on the springs, well, that one wasn't quite right there. There we go. That's better. I take the the smallest nail nose pliers that I have, which are those right there, the silver ones. And I just crimp down on it and bend it with my finger. These springs bend super easy. I kind of measure them out to make sure they're fairly close to both sides. The reason why you do this is if you hit a bump in the field, it'll, you know, it won't transition back to your radio, but it gives good control throw for when you're steering around. I've had lots of luck with these things. The springs are handy for saving your servo and you know, other sorts of damage because of a rough field. So that's done. Take you over here to the other side here. Went ahead and got a servo installed. I just used the JR here. 507 is just a standard analog servo. Don't need nothing fancy on the throttle. And so put in some rails in there with some tri-stock for some additional support. Spruce rails, which I've, you know, done a million times before. Long 256 roll rod all the way up to the front. Up here, drill a little hole. And that's, again, needs finally done, but it's pretty much in there, ready for final install. And I'll put the servo screw in there here in a bit. So next thing is get a battery in it. I think I'll have to go ahead and find a place to throw the switch at. Put the battery up here. Put the receiver back here somewhere. Back here in the back here somewhere. Where everything's going to be at. We'll tuck these cables in and out and get that done. And then we'll be pretty close to having everything operational on this end. Like I said, it was kind of a monumental task to get everything done today, but hopefully I'll have some time during the week this week to get the air lines covered and installed, because it's probably not going to happen tonight. And they're still sitting over there. Future project coming soon. Yep. And I'm sure you've seen that in the background. There's another little eyeball there of what's to come. So anyways, I'm going to cut this video off here. I'm going to just go ahead and finish doing this stuff up here on the off camera. And, you know, it's just, again, final assembly. We'll go over it once I'm done. Everybody seemed to like the video of setting everything up, so I can go through that once again on how I'm doing this kind of stuff. And, you know, you might not be a seasoned pro, but or, you know, been doing this for a long time, but all this applies to ARFs and, you know, things that you might put together. So even a beginner can maybe learn a few tricks here and there. So anyways, and I just looked at my analytics and noticed we had 295 subscribers. So, hey, 300 mark, here we come. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like I said before, I usually get back to everybody that comments pretty quickly. So, anyways, you guys have yourself a good week and happy Labor Day, and we will talk to you later. Bye.